Well, it's been a hot minute since I did a video mocking people for their egregious failure in the NFL. God knows in the intervening time, with wild card and divisional rounds taking place, there's been more failure in the NFL than I have on Tinder. So let's break down the funniest failures in the NFL playoffs so far. Before we get to the top 5, let me go over the failures that may have been fucking hilarious, but they didn't quite make it to the epic levels needed to get into the top 5 in what is one of the most generational failure playoff classes I think we've ever seen. So yeah, you might have expected better things from a Harbaugh-led Chargers team, and my god, it is fucking hilarious that even Jim Harbaugh can't seem to save you guys from enormous playoff failure. But that is a Chargers team that is going through a significant period of transition right now, so it's not that shocking of a loss against the Texans team that has their defense firing all cylinders, and CJ Stroud playing decent ball after a bad start to the year. The Broncos, well, most of the hilarity comes from Sean Payton being a fucking idiot and opening his stupid mouth yet again, talking about how confident they are they could win this game. Well, sure, it was a close game at halftime, but just like me placing myself in bushes outside somebody's home in the middle of the night and getting caught, that confidence was placed very, very poorly. Again though, rookie quarterback, you really didn't expect too much from them, and for a Denver Broncos team that hadn't even made the fucking playoffs in forever, you gotta think the fan base is feeling pretty happy with the progress they made thus far.
Hey, I'm gonna interrupt real quick just to remind everybody that I live in a fucking sewer and I wanna get out of here, so I need YouTube success. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, share this fucking shit around, or I swear to fucking God I will find you, and I will...
Then we get to the Packers. Yeah, I don't even see that much funniness or failure in this. I mean, the Packers just weren't that good overall. Outside of people deluding themselves into thinking that for some reason this 7-seeded team was a secret juggernaut. They're just not as good as the Eagles. Not by a long shot, and this game proved it. Nothing really to laugh at here for me. Now we get to the 2 funniest motherfucking things from that weekend. And the first of our top 5 entries. Here at number 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, I'm sure they were so proud of themselves, earning that home game in the playoffs, come courtesy of being in one of the worst divisions of fucking football. The Buccaneers getting a home game in these playoffs is like beating the shit out of the kid who was born with no arms in school and then getting hailed as a fucking national hero for it. So going up against a rookie quarterback and a defense who thinks good is just a suggestion, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers floundered. Todd Bowles yet again gave up more than enough points to lose, and this time his offense couldn't bail his ass out. You know, it's funny, I got to hear all season about Todd Bowles. Oh, he was a secret great coach all along. Has anybody watched this fucking team all year? Todd Bowles is a defensive coach, and his defense is about the NFL defense equivalent of diarrhea dripping out of a dirty dog's ass. I mean, you need extra strength depends to plug up all those defensive leaks that supposed head coach and defensive expert Todd Bowles had all season long. Are we really going to give Todd Bowles credit for a Baker Mayfield resurgence? Baker Mayfield was good enough to make the Cleveland fucking Browns relevant. He's clearly a guy with talent. The fact that a piece of shit offensive desert like Carolina couldn't make good use of him doesn't really mean diddly dick to me. The talent was clearly there. There's a lot of bad teams in the NFL that were desperate for quarterbacks that ought to be taken out back and shot for skipping out on this guy. Well, the Buccaneers landed him, and the offensive coaching staff took advantage. But let me assure you, every great thing they did on offense, not only did Todd Bowles probably not contribute at all, he probably actively fought against every good idea they had all season long. Just ask John Morton after he helped develop Sam Darnold in his rookie season, only to get shit canned because Todd Bowles was all up in his feelings. Because God forbid an offensive coach who knows better tells Todd Bowles shut the fuck up and watch. Well, I guess congratulations to Bowles to be ousted in the first round of the playoffs on home field. Now, everything I mentioned so far is in the wild card round, and we do actually have one more contender. This one landing at number 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You replace that P with an SH, and you know exactly how I feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because for the last several weeks of the season, all these guys did was dribble shit down their legs, like a bent over 80-year-old on a combination of a high-fiber diet and about a gallon of laxatives. If only the general manager was as good at finding consistent success and building the roster as Mike Tomlin is good at finding consistent success in the regular season. But alas, these guys got their fucking doors blown off week after week after week entering the playoffs. So it comes as no surprise that when they went up against a much better Ravens team, they got embarrassed and stomped into the fucking dirt. But what makes this all the more fucking hilarious is because they're so mad that their shitty team got exposed for being a shitty team, half of Schittsburg is demanding that Mike Tomlin be fired. Maybe you guys can hire Robert Saleh and find out what a real bad coach is like. There are a few things in this world that would be funnier than watching the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin after never having a losing season because apparently their general manager is bulletproof, only to watch them fall into the pits of despair like teams in the perennial basement endure, like the Jets, the Browns, the Jaguars, the Giants. Don't worry, Schittsburg. I'm sure if you overreact to this loss, you won't come to horribly regret it in a few years. Just fire Tomlin and bring in Brian Flores. I'm sure it'll go great. Am I forgetting something from the wild card round? Nah, I can't be. Let's move on. It's divisional round time. You know, it was a tough choice for me, which I was going to put at 3. The thing from the wild card round that I totally completely forgot, or this all-time tragedy befalling a city that is just beset by tragedies on all sides. But perhaps because I feel bad for a city that responds to getting cut open by hemorrhaging pure incompetence in every facet of its sports landscape, I chose to put the Lions at 3. You got the number 1 seed. You had like the best season in your franchise's history. Your coaches are all on the verge of leaving you. So it kind of feels like this might be the last hurrah. Or at the very least, you might need a bit of a reset next season. You finally cashed in. You got home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. And look at this. You drew a rookie quarterback. And a defense that makes Todd Bowles look great in comparison. My God, all you gotta do is run the ball down their fucking throats, eat the clock, avoid making egregiously idiotic fucking mistakes, especially in the passing game. Keep the ball out of that rookie quarterback's hands because he's the only thing that the Commanders have going, and skate your way to an easy victory. What? What's that? The Lions repeatedly put the ball in Jared Goff's hands, and he repeatedly proceeded to throw it to the other fucking team. And then, when they took control of the game back and got the score close, they decided, nah, fuck that, fam. Not only are we going to let Jared Goff throw this fucking game away, how about we give someone else a chance? Hey, remember that kid last year who dropped easy passes in the championship game that cost us our entire fucking season? Hey, let's go back to that kid, only this time, instead of asking him to fail by catching a ball, which you know is the only thing he's fucking good at, this time, let's ask him to do something that he completely fucking sucks at. See if maybe he does better this time. That's right. They put the ball in Jamison Williams' hands again, and this time, they asked him to fucking throw the ball instead of catching the goddamn thing. Legend has it that Aaron Rodgers, pissed off about anybody in the NFC North succeeding, keeps slipping ayahuasca into Dan Campbell's food, drink, sleep apnea machine, muscle relaxant, blood pressure medication, and even on his wife's lipstick so that every time they kiss, he gets another dose. How the fuck else do you explain a fucking decision like this? This man must be high off his fucking ass 24/7 to even contemplate making a decision like this. Well, congratulations, Detroit. You're gonna lose half your fucking coaching staff. All your top talent just got a year older, and you failed to take advantage of a colossally talented offensive line and running back duo. In a league where all it takes is 1 or 2 unlucky injuries for your offensive line to completely fucking fall apart. Although, speaking of injuries, my God, their fucking defense was ravaged. And perhaps that, more than any other reason, is why I put this at 3 instead of 2. Because goddamn, you could kind of see this coming a mile away. How else could this Detroit Lions season end in tragedy, if not influenced by about a gajillion fucking injuries? And then you end up going up against a rookie quarterback, and your defense completely fucking collapses and can't stop him one single time. Again, that's why you probably want to run the fucking ball a hell of a lot more that game, and take the ball out of the passing game's hands, because you want to run the fucking clock down. You want to beat the Commanders' defense into the fucking ground. But hey, like I said, I'm not on quintuple doses of ayahuasca every fucking second, walking around trying to figure out why my legs feel like my arms. Sorry, Detroit. Better luck next year. Oh my God, I can't believe the Lions blew that fucking game. You have the number 1 seed in the fucking playoffs. Honorable mention goes to the Rams. What the fuck kind of blocking scheme were they running at the end of the game there, where your guard doesn't prioritize Jalen Carter, the guy who is A, one of the most talented pass rushers that the Eagles fucking have, B, closest to your fucking quarterback, and instead he tries to chip block the edge rusher that the tackle has full control over, and completely fucking ignores the A-gap and the fucking rampaging rhinoceros monster that's right up the fucking middle and your center's gonna need desperate help with. I mean, yeah, it was pretty fucking stupid, but again, it was a close game. The Eagles are extremely talented, and I don't think anybody really expected the Rams to win this game, except for some of the LA residents doing ecstasy in their hipster parents' attic. So where's that leave us? Well, next time, we got 2 contenders for the top 2 spots, and I guarantee you're gonna be surprised as shit by one of them, because it ain't what you're fucking thinking it's gonna be. Or is it? Find out next time when we conclude our summary of the biggest failure in the division and wild card rounds of the playoffs.